You are already a part of the most perfect, harmonious dance of the universe. This perfect harmony includes your unawareness of this beautiful harmony. It includes your duality, yourself, your beingness, everything that makes you believe and perceive that there isn't this ultimate perfection, this most beautiful present moment where everything is completely resolved. You chose to come here to be someone who is unaware, who isn't able to see right now that everything is this beautiful perfection. And you can choose right now to be someone who does. When you come into that awareness, the awareness that everything has always been harmonious, that's enlightenment. You recognize that non-duality has always been the reality, that there has never been a being, there's never been anyone who is separate from the present moment, that there has never been any form, any movement, any play of sensations that is anything other than a show, an experience that you're giving yourself, an illusion. When you come into awareness of this perfect unity, there isn't anyone who's seeing a perfect unity. It's already in the moment. It's already fused perfectly with your moment-to-moment experience. This perfect harmony that everything is, that reality is perfectly intelligent. It can create everything without any mistakes. It can create your unawareness of it without any mistakes. And it can create your awareness of it without any mistakes. It's always doing everything exactly perfectly and harmoniously with everything else. When you become fully non-separate from the present moment, you see that there isn't anything to worry about, to think about, that there isn't any need to separate into a being, into something that experiences or perceives. You realize that everything is already perfect in non-separateness, in non-duality. You see that everything's always been like that. When you see that everything's always been like that, all of the illusions go away just from the seeing that they've never really been there. That's enlightenment. You have chosen in this perfection, as this perfection, using the most perfect intelligence to be unaware that everything is perfect and harmonious. So you can learn to realize that it is in entirely your own way. You've given yourself a path to realizing that there's never been anything to do, that there's always just been, in this moment, the most absolute perfection. And you need to respect that path that you've given yourself, where you meditate, where you contemplate, where you understand, where you have difficult days, where you feel like you're not going to get there, you feel like you're definitely going to get there, and it's just going to take a little longer. All of that is also this perfect, amazing, intelligent harmony that knows everything without even knowing. And that's why it's called non-arising intelligence, intelligence that doesn't arise in your experience. Anything arising is separation from the moment, is duality. For something to arise, it has to arise in something. It has to arise being perceived by someone. It has to arise separate from the present moment. And this intelligence, this perfect intelligence, doesn't have any arising. It's completely balanced. There's no coming and going. It's completely fundamental. There's no changing. It's the only thing that doesn't change. Total non-separateness from the non-arising intelligence is non-duality. It's when there isn't any being, there isn't any person. It's when all there are the sensations of the moment, the thoughts of the moment. There's no thinker thinking the thoughts. There's just the thoughts. There's just the feelings. There's just the sensations. It's just the heartbeat. There's just the words coming out of your mouth without anyone saying them. The moment is deciding to speak through you in the same way it's deciding to do everything else in that moment, all simultaneously and harmoniously. This intelligence that's creating everything, that's creating this moment, is exactly your own nature. It's what's there when you realize that everything that you thought you were was an illusion. It's when the things that are impermanent stop feeling so solid. It's when the things that seem to change and shift and adjust, when you see through those, you see something that's always been there. And it's this perfect, harmonious intelligence that is everything, that is completely non-separate, that doesn't arise separately, that can't be perceived or experienced or understood, that can't be seen, that isn't you, but it is you. Because what else could you be when you release everything and it's right there? No matter what you're doing, you are living the perfect life created by this perfect intelligence. This perfect intelligence is creating everything exactly according to what you are perceiving things through. When you're perceiving things as if there's a being, it's able to create a being. When you're perceiving things as if there's this selfness, this beingness, it's able to create your suffering, your pain, your difficulty, your friction with the present moment, your friction with this harmonious intelligence. It's able to create all of that perfectly. And it's not about getting rid of anything, destroying anything. It's just recognize that everything is already this intelligence. Your unawareness of it is awareness of it. And as soon as you can see that, you don't suffer anymore. You don't have any pain or offness in your experience. You don't feel dissatisfied. You recognize that everything's perfect, that the nature of reality is perfection. That the nature of reality is this harmonious intelligence that does everything right, that has never done anything wrong. You are a completely unique being. The universe has never made anyone or anything like you. And it's made you so it can realize itself uniquely through you. That's what it means for the universe to be infinite, for everything to be infinite. It's creating these individuations, these unique beings that it's never made before, so that it can realize that it's that too, that it's that uniqueness too. So your path is completely unique. Your realization is completely unique. Otherwise, it wouldn't be the realization. It wouldn't include that infinity. It wouldn't include the uniqueness that you are here to recognize. And that uniqueness that you are includes, by necessity, friction, separation from the present moment, from this harmonious intelligence, so you can build your own path, your own uniqueness, your own conditioning. And when your own conditioning gets to the point where it's learned everything it needs to learn in this life, and it's ready to come back to this harmonious intelligence, you come into union with that intelligence. Your conditioning, your unique self that you've created, comes into a perfect harmony in the recognition that it's always been the greater harmony, the harmony that everything is. And you come into this full recognition of your own uniqueness, that your own natural state in that uniqueness, your own state, without anything else there, that's just there once you stop trying to be anyone else, when you stop accepting that you are these things that you've been told you are and recognize what you really are. When you ask, who am I, in just the right way, see that you are this beautiful, harmonious intelligence. When you do that, you don't lose anything. You just realize that you've always been in harmony and peace and bliss. That this peace and bliss is something that's inherent in you. That just by becoming aware of it now, you can access it. You can see it. You can experience it. And you're not experiencing it as a person who's seeing it. It's just there. It's just what is. Everything is bliss and love and happiness. It's just how things are. Nobody made it that way. It's just what reality is. Reality itself is harmony and peace and bliss. And when you, as your own unique self, realize that you are also this great reality that is perfectly intelligently creating everything in harmony with itself, your being that you are comes into union with it, and that's non-duality. There's no more it, and there's no more being. There's no more you, and there's no more outside. There's just this present moment without separation. And then it is it, and it is you. It's both. It's both at the same time, but without that even arising, without you even knowing about it. And then you're just living perfection the rest of time, living in the perfection of not knowing that there's a being, not knowing that there's anything else, not knowing that there's non-separation from the present moment, but just existing as non-separation from the present moment. And then you get to give your own unique gift, exactly what you learned, what you recognized, you realized was in union with reality, was reality. You just start giving that to everyone, and you don't have to be a teacher. No matter what you do, you're giving everyone the gift of your own recognition of your harmony. You're doing the best thing that you can do for anyone. You're benefiting others. When you decide that it's time for you to realize this perfect harmony for the benefit of all beings, that's when you'll start realizing it. Because that's what it is. The perfect thing for everyone, everywhere, all the time, that's already there. And everyone loves to receive that. And it can be hard when you're not fully attuned and you try to tell people about what you've seen. From separation, you say, I've seen this harmony, and I've seen there's no self and there's no being. That can be hard for people. But when you're in this harmony, when you're in this perfection, and it doesn't even arise, you're just naturally radiating it. There isn't anything you have to do to give it to anyone, but everyone receives it. You don't have to teach, but everyone learns, and everything learns. Because that's what the universe is doing for itself. That's what reality is creating for itself, this infinite expansion into unique individuations, recognizing that they're all this infinite intelligence that is creating everything. And that's the perfect reality. And coming into union with that is enlightenment. Thank you.